Um, okay, so first high level thoughts. So I want to first of all say, I think that a lot of people from the UK arrive on my channel and see my videos about the successes, about just my thoughts and things about the monarchy and the UK and how I haven't been pleased in their efforts towards, you know, countering systemic prejudice, things like racism, systemic misogyny, and stuff like that. So, but I think those people, they come on my channel and they think, oh, they automatically think like, oh, well, she must be anti-Britain, anti-UK, whatever that is. But these people don't know that I studied art history in a very formal way at one of the most known liberal arts universities in the United States. I sang the friggin' Rudder Requiem, which if you're British, you're gonna know immediately. Like in the choir as a kid. Um, like literally, I can chat with you about how much love I had while studying art history about, you know, um, Hogarth and Holbein, like Holbein the senior and Holbein the junior, about learning about the illuminated manuscripts. I mean, I've studied a lot of that stuff, and like I've said many times on this channel, I really didn't know about the successes and what they had been through, and I didn't even have any makeup on. This is how intense it was that I need to film this video, because I didn't plan on doing anything for the coronation. And it's just like I didn't know about how there were actual targeted hate campaigns towards the successes, continued, exponential, continuously for years and years and years. And, Meghan Markle, namely, was the subject of so much hate and racism and nasty stuff, both from inside of the firm and outside from people who were thinking that they were these loyal guard dogs. And it made me take a whole different look on the monarchy. This is someone who, like, really, really I took pride in myself in knowing about the history of the UK, of the British monarchy, and of art and culture and literature from there. Shakespeare, and also modern stuff like films like Harry Potter, which this coronation was really given like some low key, deep Harry Potter vibes. But now that I've kind of seen how this woman of color got treated in the royal family, and the royal family took this stance of just like this deep defensiveness and was really unable to sort of come out of that to see the bigger picture and really take a stance for the friggin' 60% of this planet that is black or brown, that is brown or black. It's like they really just lost that chance. And looking at this coronation, I can tell you, it is beautiful. It was done beautifully. Magnificent, magnificent. The decorations, the choir, the way that the timing was done, the procession, the horses, the carriage. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, but guys, wouldn't it have been so much more fortunate if this whole debacle with Meghan Markle was handled in a whole different way? I think that if that would have happened, a lot of the world would have been much more excited about this coronation. It truly was beautiful, and with the amount of money that was spent on it, it should be beautiful. But, like, there was something missing. There was just an element missing. Not to mention, you saw Kate and William pull up. You saw, of course, Camilla, Queen Charles, King, Queen Charles, King Charles, and Queen Camilla pull up. Didn't see Harry. Maybe that was me. Maybe it was the channel that I was watching. Maybe I just missed it, but I didn't see it. I had to actually go out of the space of the live stream that I was watching to go and see Harry arrive, and he arrived with Prince Andrew. That in itself sends out a statement. You're gonna lump up Prince Harry, who called out racism, xenophobia, in the UK and in the royal family. You're gonna lump him with the it's really, really, really bizarre to me. But I really love seeing the horses whinnying and stuff like that. I like sorry, just getting my camera straight here. So I'm gonna make this really quick because I'm gonna come back later and do another video focusing on Rishi Sunak's part, his role in the ceremony and the crowning of Queen Camilla and the concert. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that tomorrow, because if I do it tomorrow, it had to be really late, and I usually try to get to bed at a nice little hour. But either Monday or tomorrow, late tomorrow night, we'll see. But the thing is that, you know, like, the music was beautiful. I really, really loved the choir. As someone who is a classical music lover myself, I actually really loved the gospel choir. I love seeing the altar children singing. That's always beautiful. And what else did I love? I'm trying to get the stuff that I really liked out of the way. um, what else? What else? Decorations were cool. The attire, the fashion was, I guess, pretty much as to be expected. You know, very traditional British, English, royalty, courtier stuff. I mean, that's really got roots in, like, you know, the Tudor era, the Elizabethan era, the Renaissance. You know, it's like, you know, you've seen stuff like that for a very long time. What else did I like? There was something else. I liked the tapestry. I really liked the tapestry on the kind of walls they put around him as they crowned him. I loved some of the scripture spoken during the ceremony. Like, the thing that's like really weird to me is the pronunciations between American English and British English. There was just some stuff where they were like, Isaiah, they said Isaiah, I don't know. Like, in French is Isaiah. So maybe I do know that the British language, the sort of modern British language that we hear today, has some correlations with French. So maybe that's that. And then they also said something like, epistles. Instead of saying epistles, they said epistles. And instead of saying, there was one more thing that she said, with a Z or with a TH sound. Anyway, you know, that's just two cultures separated by a common language. But anyway, now to the stuff that I really think that they could have improved upon. So, first of all, I have to put this out there very first. We talked about it on Commonwealth Day. You know, like, they just basically were ignoring those people. It was like, why are you here? Charles looked really docile the whole time. Camilla was like, hey, you know, like, Tisa Tells is really funny because she's like, Tisa Tells said something in one video. She was like, any, you know, side pieces out there really trying to come up, you need to pay attention to this woman because now she's a queen, so you need to listen to her. But Camilla and Kate had these similar, really big, bright smiles, whereas I noticed Charles and William both looked really, really docile. Charles gave off the vibe of being like, you know, really, really kind of detached. I don't know if it's has to do with the pressure of the whole thing, but I mean, I guess that's better than being jittery and nervous. I just saw him as being a little bit detached and docile. What else? I didn't like the Ascension Choir. I loved their performance, but I didn't like that they were there kind of as just like a token. I mean, that's the way that it came across to me, and that's what people were saying in the comments. It just came across as like a last-ditch effort to say like, hey, we did Meghan Markle really dirty, but we tried to make some concessions. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You can't just throw a token in there and expect it to be okay. Other stuff, you know, when they were in the streets, like in the early phases of the ceremony, no one was screaming. Like, as they got deeper into the village, people were definitely shouting, chanting. Yeah, when they got deeper into the village, people were definitely a little bit more excited. But in the beginning, Maybe those were just the people who hadn't had their coffee yet. And so they just were like, ugh. I even heard someone say, like, we've been standing here for like 25 minutes, you know. And I also heard someone else say, oh, they're about to come now. Okay, British people listening, sorry if you don't like my silly British accent. It's the same way that we don't like when you guys make fun of our accents. But anyway, I will wrap this up here. I'll come back to you with some more later. Let me do more delving and we'll come back later. But I just had to give those first thoughts. Yeah, I'm glad that I can say at the very least, some representation was there at the coronation, but it really wasn't sufficient enough really to meet my needs. And I can see from what people are saying in the live stream chats out there that it didn't meet their needs either. Like when I landed on the live stream from Rudders, like one of the first things I think that I saw, no, it wasn't from Rudders, it was from BBC World. One of the first chats that I saw, somebody said like, give back the lands to Africa or something like that. Anyway, yeah, there just seemed to be a gray cloud over this nation, and I understand why, you know, even after the crown was placed on, yeah, so, even with Charles's, facial expression during the crowning, like the actual crowning, it looked, he looked so checked out. I don't know. But, you know, even with all of the faults that the monarchy has made, you know, in terms of really speaking out as anti-racist, setting themselves as anti-racist, I don't think that I am satisfied, nor is the world in general. I don't think that the world is really buying it and think that there's a lot of people who... So, yeah, I will say that Charles didn't have an easy childhood. You know, Success Squad Family TV was talking about how he was bullied when he was a kid, when he was at school. And he's always been not necessarily that quintessential, super hyper masculine dude, which in a way I think is good. You know, that means maybe he'll bring a very even kill to the monarchy. But in another way, I think that has caused his life to be fraught with misunderstandings and either underreacting emotionally. Just seems like a lack of emotional intelligence for some of those reasons. And I think that we can just say that, you know, he's had a really long road to this throne. I mean, Elizabeth reigned for like almost a friggin' century. It's like, Jesus, how do you follow up after that? But at least he got here, you know, I can say that, at least he got here. But aside from that, aside from the positives on my side, some nice decorations, a little bit of diversity, Charles finally taking the monarchy after a very long road and a difficult childhood. After that, I don't have much else. Where's Meghan Markle? That's what I have. Where's Meghan Markle? And we know that she's not there out of her own choosing. We know that she was alienated to this point, but it's just like they're so emotionally unintelligent that they don't understand that. Even the choice to use the same black gospel choir from Harry and Meghan's wedding, which I mean, they were wonderful, but to use them and Meghan's not even there. It just says to me that it's like, I don't know. Same way that CNN will probably replace Don Lemon with somebody of color. You know, it's just like, that's what emotional unintelligence does. It just tries to find a logical way to sort of compensate for actual emotional intelligence. But the monarchy, I mean, I've said many times, I feel like I don't have the authority to say if it should stay or should go. I'm not British, so, and I'm not from a Commonwealth country. That really is up to those people. If those people think that it should stay, it should stay. But I do think that as an institution, if it is here and it's going to stay, it's going to have to reform to really become anti-racist. That's it. It is what it is. Same way the U.S. Congress Constitution, that's going to also have to reform to become anti-racist. It's embedded. White supremacy is embedded in everything. In everything. Because 15% of the world's population colonized half the world. And there's no denying that, you know. But there is something that we can do today. There's, you know, and I just don't know. I don't know that the British monarchy is really fulfilling that as much as they can. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about this a little later. If you're new here, again, please do me a favor. Go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know whenever I post a video. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.